Yo, boys, this is the complete um, $0 a month to making over $5,000 a month roadmap as a setter. I'm gonna go like through step by step everything you need to do and everything you need to know to make over $5,000 a month as a setter. Um, for those of you that don't know, my name is Martin. I'm making over $6,000 every single month as an appointment setter. I've generated over $500,000 in revenue for businesses, and I've been in this space for the last 7 months. And yeah, today I'm giving you just step by step everything you need to do down to the last detail to get that $5,000 a month and over point as an appointment setter. Now, most people would actually, like most gurus, most mentors, would actually charge you thousands of dollars for what I'm about to give you today. They would charge you so much for this, but I'm gonna give it all away for free. And the thing is, no, it's not too good to be true. It's in my interest as well because I only work with people that need help implementing this. People that want to like master the skills of saying as soon as possible and just like become killers of sales as soon as possible. And I only work with people that need like help with connecting to like the right offers and just need help with basic like the implementation, not just the knowledge. Because I personally think it's like criminal to charge thousands of dollars for knowledge on how to send DMs. So yeah, I know of people that want help with implementation, placement, these kind of things. So it's in my interest as well to give offers out there as well. So yeah, it's gonna be quite a hefty video. Take out your notepads, take notes. Like this information that can change your life. It's definitely changed mine. Like I've got my own place now. With my parents, with my girlfriend, I help them out. I give them money. I do everything. I travel wherever I want. I've got full location and time freedom. I do what I want when I want, wherever I want. Like I'm traveling whenever I want. So like it's gonna change your life. So better pay attention. So the first thing you need to change and super important is your mindset. Now, this can sound very wishy washy. You always hear this all the time. Oh, it's your mentality. It's like what you think, but it's so true. Changing my beliefs and changing the way I think and perceive the world was one of the biggest things I did. That's what finally allowed me to start making money online. Because like I've tried SMA, dropshipping, all these other models, but the reason why it didn't work out for me is one of the models first of all had a lot of startup costs and mentorship needed. But the other thing is my mindset was just not there. And when I finally made these shifts in my mindset, I finally started making money online. There's four pillars to this. First of all, beliefs. This is very important. You need to change what you believe is possible. That is like the number one thing that will make you money is your mindset. What you believe and how you see the world, it reflects on you basically. Like we have been conditioned to believe the 9 to 5 route is the only way to get rich. We believe that we've been conditioned that everything else is like a scam, illegal, or inherited from parents. Like when you see like someone rich on the internet, we're like, ah, he's a scammer, he does drugs, ah, he does human trafficking, or his parents are rich. Have you noticed if you go into the comments of any single successful person on Instagram on their reels, that's all they get. People accuse them of being illegal, of being fraud and scammers, or from being like daddy's money. It's a defense mechanism. It's because we've been so conditioned to believe this that whenever we see someone that doesn't match like this conditioning, we instantly get hostile. We start accusing them like, "Oh, you're a scam, or you're this." Notice how all the NPCs in the comments, that's what they all believe. That's what they all just start accusing people of, just because they're so insecure and because like this goes against everything they know and everything they've been conditioned to know and everything like the whole world perception. So first and foremost, you have to change that. You have to just make that switch in your brain. Believe you can make money. Believe money is real. Because trust me, it is very real, and anyone can make money as long as they try to. Don't put on the pedestal. It's nothing crazy to make like thousands of dollars every single month just from your phone. That's not something crazy. You think if you think of it as crazy, you're never gonna get it. You need to like just believe it's something regular, something that's super achievable, something that's easy. That's when you'll get it. Because if you can't overcome all these internal limiting beliefs, they will hold you back from making any progress. Because on those days where you have to go through the trenches, your closer's not closing any deals, it's taking time to get some commissions in, to keep going, to keep showing up with the like full energy and keep working your ass off every single day, you need to believe this is possible to do so. If you believe, ah, this is a scam, you need to make money by selling courses on how to do X, Y, Z. If you have those limiting beliefs in you, they're going to stop you from showing up every single day with 100% effort, giving 100% of your input, and doing everything you can to like make it work. It's very important to overcome all these limiting beliefs. And like I'm saying, making money online, it's very real. It's not this crazy thing. It's super achievable. It's very tangible. It's real, and honestly, it's never that hard. I just send Instagram messages. Yes, you do need to learn sales, but at the end of the day, I'm sending Instagram messages all day. I'd much rather doing this than fucking work construction. So it's not something too hard. It, the thing is, it's not even hard. Making money is not hard. The thing that stops most people from being rich and being successful is their mind. Their mind sabotages them. They self sabotage, and that stops them from ever achieving wherever it is. So the second thing is work ethic. You need to be ready to work your ass off. Right now, I'm only working 3 hours a day as a setter because I've gotten to that point where I can leverage my skill set and I get paid just entirely for just what I know. But when I first started, because I didn't know what I was doing, I had no experience, I used to work 12 to 14-hour days. I would just be super slammed. I'd wake up, grab my phone, start setting. Run right before the last second before I go to bed, I'd be sending my last end of the reports and my last messages, booking those last appointments before I go to bed. You have to be willing to work your ass off. Like, once again, the conditioning of the 9 to 5 has made you think that, oh shit, I need to work 8 hours a day. I only need to work from 9 to 5 and I'm done. It's normal to work 8 hours. That's a healthy amount to work. No, it's not. If you want to be more than average, you got to be willing to live like more than an average person. You got to be willing to put in more than the average person. And the same applies here. You need to have work ethic. This is the number one thing that will make you money. Work ethic. Because I know really talented setters, I just are not willing to put in the work, and that's why they never like get anywhere. No matter how good you are, if you're not willing to put in the work, put in the hours, you're not going to see any success. It's just how it works. Like I said, I knew I had to make this work, so I just put in absolutely 100% of myself. I was just working like a dog. I sacrificed everything, and I got a 1.5k base pay, no commission, just base pay. My very first month, I got it secured just because I worked like a dog and they were super impressed by me. And because the business, the closer wasn't closing any deals, I didn't want to keep me though because like I worked really hard. They saw I was like an absolute killer, and I was threatening them to leave because I was like I booked in like 60 calls my first month on an offer of like 4 to 17 leads a day. I managed to book in that many calls, and they were like, "Holy shit, this guy's good." But the closer wasn't closing them, and I was like, "I'm gonna leave because I can, if I put the same hunger I'm putting in here, I'll get more money somewhere else." And that's why they to keep me. They gave me 1.5k base, and I kept it up for the next few months. That's unheard of. No one gets base pays are usually very hard, but not this high of a base pay your very first month. That's unheard of. And the only reason why I got it is because of my work ethic. Just because I worked like a dog, I got it. So it pays off. Like I'm saying, you're never going to succeed in anything if you just half-ass it and just put in the minimum hours. If you just put in what's required of you, if your role tells you work 8 hours, so you put in only 8 hours, you're not going to make the most out of that role. No matter how good your role is, if you put in the minimum required amount, you're not going to get anything. Of course, you're not going to get anything. That's just the minimum. Is that who you want to be? Is that how you want? Is that how you like see yourself? Is that like the kind of word you associate yourself with in your character and who you are as a person? Oh yeah, he puts in the minimal effort required. Or he's the kind of guy that goes to the maximum. That no matter what, works overtime hours. Why? Because he needs to make this shit work. And saying is that you get paid on the results. You don't get paid for your time. You can work 12 hours and not gonna make a cent. You can work 1 hour and make 10k. You know, like it's you get paid the results, and the best way to get more results is by putting in more work, to book more calls, fill up the closed calendars for more chances to make money. Literally. So stop putting in the minimum required. Stop settling for average. Stop being okay with just being, oh, I'll put in what's required of me. Put in absolutely 100% of what you can do, and you'll see success. Otherwise, you're doomed to fail. That's it. Like what I did when I first started. I gave up my uni. I stopped studying. I stopped everything. I was applying to medical school for those who don't know. Fuck that. I knew I had to make this work, so I had to like have 100% focus and not have my time split up. I quit my 9 to 5s. I did no work, nothing. I stopped seeing my friends for the first 3 months as I was a setter. I didn't go out with my friends once. They all forgot who I was. No one saw my face. And I stopped seeing my girlfriend. No matter that we were serious and everything, I only told her I can only see you Saturday night every single week. Once a week for that night, not for every day, for the night, and that's it. Because I was so locked in, I knew how to make this work. I sacrificed all these things just because I knew I had to make it work. Like, the thing is, most of you guys, your dream life, everything you've ever wanted, working from a laptop, making like nice money, being able to do what you want, traveling the world, all of these things, they're all just 3 months away. If you can just lock in for 3 months, put away everything, Ghost your friends, ghost your family, ghost your girlfriend, ghost everything, just for 3 months. I'm not asking you to do this for like a year or whatever. 3 months. It's not even that long. For 3 months, if you just do that, you can change your life completely. Do a complete 180 just from 3 months. The problem is why most setters don't make that shift in those 3 months is because they just fucking they half-ass it. They go in and their first 1 to 2 months, even their first 6 months, they kind of do setting, but they balance with a 9 to 5. They go to uni. They still can't give up smoking. They can't give up going with friends. Every Friday night they're still at the club. Like you'll get that point where you can go out and go to the club and do whatever you want whenever you want. But to get there, you need to be willing to go through those like 3 4 months of the trenches. Go through it and set yourself up for life. I don't understand why people just get into space and just half-ass it, and then they're like, "Oh, setting doesn't work." Of course it works. You're just a knob. Like like I said, like yeah, I've seen my family as well. I'm not sure why I didn't write this here, but I didn't see my family either. I literally had tensions with my parents. They were like, do you not love us anymore? Why aren't you spending time with us?" Because I was so locked in, and that's why I saw so much success so quick. Accountability. This is super super important. Learn to hold yourself accountable for absolutely everything that you do. Everything's a responsibility. It's up to you to change your life. It's no one else's fault. Where you're at right now, that shitty 9 to 5, stuck in uni, no girlfriend, no friends, you're broke. That's all because of you and your decisions. It's not your parents' fault. It's not your country's fault. It's not your circumstances' fault. It's nothing. It's all because of what you decided to do and the person you are. Learn to take extreme ownership. It's no one else's fault. It's all on you. Because only once you stop externalizing your failure and like all your shortcomings, only then will you start to grow and start reaching success. It's all up to you. Like this is so true with appointment setting, with everything in general. Like business owners, when their business fails, is it someone else's fault or is it their fault? Of course, it's their fault. When they get their family out of the trenches, when they like retire them, get into financial freedom, it was their input. It wasn't because they got lucky or because they were born there or whatever. It's because of them. Same thing with your failures. Everything in life. Once you start taking ownership and stop saying, "Oh, it's his fault. Oh, it's his fault. Oh, it's not my fault. This happened. Ah, it's because of this. Oh, it's because of this. Oh, I've got too much of school. I've got tests." Once you stop being a bitch and externalizing everything, then you will see like the true success. It's so up to you. Then you can change your life. But you have to start. You have to learn to take accountability and ownership. It's all up to you. Instead of setting, you only get paid on results. You don't get paid for time, whatever. They don't care about your excuses. You only get if you make excuses and you keep letting externalizing things, you're gonna stay broke because you get paid on results. Only once you get closed deals coming in, you get paid. So if you can't do that and you just sit there making excuses, you're not gonna stay broke. You're gonna get fired and you're cooked. So, but that's the thing about from the positive side now. That's why you can make so much because if you take ownership and put in 100% and keep improving, every time you make a mistake, fuck, it's my fault. How can I fix this? You analyze it, you find a solution, and then you improve and adapt and become better, and match it with your work ethic. Just get some insane results. You can make so much. Like I've done 6K a month, but I know as I have reached 7, 8K. It's super achievable. That is all because you need to start taking ownership. I made 6K a month like my sixth or seventh month of sitting, which is really, really quick progress, just because I took insane ownership. I locked myself in and I knew that everything was my responsibility. Okay, I'm not making much money as I can. Do I say no, my clothes are shit? No, my offer is shit? No, I think, okay, what can I do better to make my show rate higher, to make my close rate higher? That's what I did. I got 94% show rate with a 70% close rate. And that's when I started growing. Just because I took ownership, I finally managed to analyze and how to fix all the problems I had, and I started making money. That's why you can make so much, because you get paid the results just for sending text messages. But it also means if you're shit, you get paid shit. It's simple as that. Like if you're a broke setter, it's no one's fault except for yours. If you're not making money as a setter, don't sit and think of what offers to help on, of how can I fix my closer. Sit there and think, okay, what can I improve in my setting process to make sure that my leads, my booked calls show up and they close more. What can I do? Or how can I reach more people? Oh, let me go for comments. Let me go for story likes. Let me go for post likes. Story reviews even. You can always find a way to do more work and to put in more, or how to improve your work. There's always something to improve. No one's perfect. Even now, I'm still learning. 7 months later, I'm still hopping on calls with people to discuss setting frameworks, to discuss how can spin on better, You discuss so many things. I'm still trying to learn, and that's what's making me keep growing. What keeps making me a better setter. I always try to learn. I never think, oh, it's something else's fault. I still take ownership to this day. If if like let's say I try to book in a call and I don't, I'm not gonna say I wasn't gonna buy. I say okay, I fucked up. Let me find that way, and that's why I keep getting better and better and better and better. And also, I can confidently say I'm one of the best support like setters in the world, just because I keep trying. I keep trying to do more and more and more. Last of all, confidence and hunger. Super, super important. Sales is a people's job. Numbers and experience, they do matter, but you know what business owners prioritize? Hunger and confidence. Why? A guy who is super confident and hungry for money will sell better than a guy with 5 years in the space using a script. If you're some guy just, I know, I'm not going to call out names, but I know a guy that's been doing it for over a year. All he does is copy paste scripts. That's all he does, and he thinks he's some good set when he's complete shit. And he was applying for one of my roles. I got him the fuck out of there. So what if he's got experience? All he knows is how to be a fucking retarded monkey, just sending copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. I'm not gonna hire that guy. But then I had a young guy, which had no experience. He comes on, he's like, I ain't got experience, but listen, I mean, he just showed me he's got so much confidence. He goes to the gym, he trains, takes care of himself. He's confident in real life, so he's gonna be confident talking to people. And he was hungry for it. He's like, I've got no other choice other than to make this work. I'm willing to put in 100% myself. Who do you think I hired? Of course, the fucking hungry guy, because that matters more. Being hungry is like the biggest thing when it comes to seeing successful setting. You have to be hungry for it because you get paid for results, meaning you have to hunt to eat. So you better be willing to like fucking get your spears, get whatever you need to do and go on the hunt. You need to. And confidence. If you're not about it outside of setting, you're not going to be saying. Like when I see someone that's like super skinny or super out of shape, and they're like applying and saying, "I'm a killer," no, you're not. Like there's no way you're confident because you probably can't approach a girl on the street because you're not confident in yourself. You're not going to be confident talking to like a complete stranger. So get your confidence up, get your hunger up. This is like the best thing about sales. There's no industry quite like everywhere else. It's all resumes, numbers, experience. Here, you can be a beginner and you can smash the experienced guys. This is the only industry in the world where you can come in as a complete, like you can be fucking retard, like caveman. You can smash a competition just because you understand human psychology and because you guys speak with people and because you're like confident. This is the industry where you can do that, and that's so sick. You can make more money in the beginning than like experienced guys just hear about it. Like when I got into space, there was a bunch of guys that were like a bit above me with a month or two ahead of me. Within my second month, I steamed past them, and then they were coming to me for advice. And then I was the one placing them on offers, even though I was like newer than them in space, or because I was a G, I was hungry, I came in and I just dominated the space. So that's the best thing about this industry. It's not a time game like with every other industry where you have to go through the roles, go through the steps, get experience, get promoted, and then can you be on the level of like people that you look up to. Here you can become an equal of all your sales like um, idols very very quickly. Of course, not immediately. Of course, you still have to learn, but it's much faster. The progression is much faster, and if you understand people, it will be so easy for you. It will be so easy for you to dominate. If you're good at talking to people, if you're confident, if you're like sociable, sales is going to be the easiest job for you ever. It's so easy. You're gonna crush it in sales. I think huge businesses are willing to give you a shot if you're confident and have an insane work ethic. Like if you're on interviews with like big business owners which are looking for experience, but you show you're hungry enough and that you're like that you're gonna be like the best hire they ever had, they're gonna hire you when you have no experience. Like like for example, my brother, he landed himself an interview for Justin Waller's offer when he had zero experience. Of course, he didn't land it because they required minimum 500,000 collected in cash. But he still landed the interview. They still were willing to give him a shot just because he was super hungry and had work ethic. But of course, when you meet hungry and work ethic guys with experience, they're always going to win. That's, of course, that's a given. But he still got in that room when there's a complete beginner to the space. That just goes to show how far this can take you. But you have to back up. You can promise all these things. You can get hired for insane roles just from hunger and work ethic, but you have to back it up. You can't just say it and show it and then like work 4 hours a day, spend the rest of the day wanking or something else. Like when you're selling, you have to back it up. They have to see that okay, we hired him, yes, but he's working actually like he said he would. He's actually very social and confident like he said he would be. Then they're gonna keep you and make a fuck ton of money. So it's not about showing you're confident hungry. It's actually being confident hungry. Like when you're sitting over the phone, confidence will go so much like a much longer way than just trying to master a script or just say some fancy line. Same with over the DMs as well. Like I do DMs saying, just because I'm confident and I know what I'm doing and I'm like just confident the way I speak, it comes across in the way I phrase my sentences. Compared to guys following a script, a fancy one, trying to make like a super fancy question, confidence goes a longer way. Because at the end of the day, remember, you're representing a coach, which is so much above his leads in terms of his knowledge and his status and the success. Of course, he's going to be fucking confident talking to his leads, whilst you're a setter who doesn't understand shit about your industry and you've been needy because you yourself are needy. And then that way you rub off the wrong way on the leads because they think, wait, this coach was supposed to be a G. Why are you being like a needy bitch here when I'm texting me? So, confidence is key. Be sociable. Understand human psychology, how to speak to people. You'll go so far in sales. Okay, once you've taken care of this, it's now time to find a role. And there's multiple ways to find clients. The first way is paid communities. You can pay people for offer boards, job postings, these kind of things. There's also a bunch of free ones, but the free ones tend to be shit. You can also find hiring pools where managers basically just pull a bunch of setters together and pick out the best of the bunch because they need setters all the time. This method can work. If you've got some cash, you can try, but I've heard, I've never done it myself, but I have heard from some people that they had a bit of lived experience. One guy was paying like insane money for a like job posting community, and he couldn't land anything he was being given. They were giving like good roles, but they were just like super unlandable, because the guys were hiring from connections, not from the guys applying. So you be wary of scams when it comes to this, but maybe you can find some good hiring pools of free job postings out there. The other way is offer posts. You can follow the right people, and basically a lot of people just post in their stories. Like here you can see a bunch of different growth operators, managers. They post their hiring for setters, and they like they want you to apply. Either DM them or apply in like a form. If you know who to follow, if you can find the right people, because you're not going to see the actual coaches themselves saying, "I need to set a DM me," because they're going to get flooded. If you find the right people to follow, the right operators, the right managers, the right people, they're constantly posting. So find the right profiles, stalk them, and just apply to everything they post. And that's like one of the easiest ways to find a role. Just stay on top of it. Just make it like a task to find, like go through the followings of people, find these operators, which are constantly posting roles. So of course it will take time, but once you find them all, you'll be able to apply to everything they put up, basically. This is a better way to find a role, I'd say, than the paid community, because the paid communities tend to just send these ones, just like word of mouth. But yeah, the best way to land roles though is networking. Basically, people in your network and people you know we've connected with, people that you know that they know others. Let me put it this way: when let's say you're a business owner and you're hiring a setter, would you rather have someone apply to a form, or would you rather reach out to someone that you know can source you a good setter? Probably the latter, right? The same here. The best roles tend to come from your network. If you know the right people, they'll hear that you're a setter, then they'll hear from someone that they're hiring, and they can connect you. And someone that's been referred over by a connection of theirs compared to someone cold applying to a form has a much higher chance of landing the role. So networking is like it's super king. You want to be networking as much as possible. You want to be networking with the right people, connecting with people, even connecting with other setters because their role might be hiring, or it might be know a guy which is hiring, and they can connect you with it. So networking is super super important. It's very very important. This is like one of the best ways to land roles. Like, look, this is a message I got. This is from a connection of mine. Yo, we're currently looking for sales calls right now. We sell high ticket product people actually need and want. Let me know if you're interested. So something might be a good fit. It's a crypto offer, crypto trading, and it's a really good one. And it just came from my connections. And then of course I sent a guy there because like they're in my network. And that's how it works. So networking is super super important. You're gonna get texts like these. If you're well connected, you're never gonna be looking for a role because you're constantly gonna have these. Like me, I get like daily multiple roles coming into me. People looking for setters, looking for sales reps, just because I'm well connected and I've established myself and I've got a good profile. Having a good Instagram profile is very important, by the way, for networking and for roles and for everything. Clean up your profile. Put like in your bio like sales. Take some clean pictures. Just seem professional, and people will come to you. Like that's very very important. Getting a clean profile. And the best way and the quickest way to find clients is direct placement. Now, The thing with direct placement is this generally involves a mentor. It's what I do for my guys. They join my mentorship to get directly placed and coached one to one by me. Now, I'm not trying to sell you anything. This is not meant to be like the pitch part of the video. I'm just putting this out there for those of you that are interested, that do want something like this. You can always message me on Instagram. I'm not trying to hard sell you, but I'm not saying you should go with me. You just need to find the guy to place you. There's other mentors that place you. Like, I'm not the only option. Um, a lot of mentors offer this, a lot of don't. A lot of people say they do, but they don't. So you have to be careful who you're going for. Like, I can't tell you who is like not a scam, but who actually plays you, who won't. I'm just saying as for me, I like to place my guys because I'm more connected in the space. Like you saw, I've got offers coming in over time. I can always connect people. Like here, you can tell my guys like Georgi. He's settled in Croatia. I found him a role. I just put him in contact. He didn't no interview needed actually. He didn't even go for an interview. I just said this guy's a killer. You want him? Yeah, let's do it. I trust you. And now he's in a sick offer. Same thing with Bratislav. He was completely into the setting space. We started working together on a Sunday, and that Sunday night he landed his first job. Like he says, in a few hours. Like he heard as a setting take a few weeks to land the first job. Not for him, not for me. I landed the first job in a few hours. It's because he got in with me. I put him on the offer, and then my brother helped him claim the interview. And yes, 4 hours in the setting space. He hadn't watched any YouTube videos. He had no idea what point setting is. He found out. He got in contact with me. 4 hours after working together, he was on the roll. Like, the other methods work for finding roles. This is just the fastest way. If you want to find the fastest growth, the fastest results, and to make money as soon as possible, direct placement is the way to go. Same thing with Sasha, Alexander, my boy here. We opened the one-to-one call. I said, bro, I've got this amazing role for you. We applied. I wrote a recommendation to the offer owner saying, bro, I sent you a guy. You're going to want to check this guy out. I glazed him a bit, of course, and they scheduled an interview the same day. And he landed, and he's already making money on it. It's not up here, but now he's already making, on this role, he made in 1 week more than he made in the whole month on his previous offer. So, direct placement is one of the best ways to land roles. But like again, I said, I help people with this, but I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not like a call seller. This is for those that are interested. Those of you that are interested in something like this, working together for me to place you on these insane offers where you can actually make a lot of money that they're proven, my messages are open. If not, these are good substitutes if you're not in such urgency, if you're not looking for like the most insane offer. If you're looking for something small, part-time, these might be a better bet for you. Paid communities, I'm not too sure. I personally haven't had any experience with them, so I can't recommend them fully. But off a post, you can get some pretty good offers here. And networking is the best way. Just network. Offers will come to you, and you can land them easier. That's what direct placement is. I place you with my network. I'm just very well connected in the space. I've got insane connections. That's why I can place you so well. So through network. Okay, you've landed a role. Now you actually have to perform. How do you perform? First off, we need to deliver service. We promised to book them in calls. It's time to fucking book them in some calls. Now this is the meat of the video. This is how to actually set. Because again, I'm telling you, I'm not charging you for this information. Like I'm willing to give out there. This is the exact framework I still use to this day. And it's a framework that everyone I've managed and mentored uses. It's the exact framework that's made me $6,000 a month just from sending messages. It's right here on a piece of paper. The framework goes opener, dream outcome, current situation, time frames, struggle, pitch help, pitch call, pitch calendar. Simple stuff. The opener. A good opener sets up for success. Because if it's bad, we'll never get replies from people that might have been interested if we had better than better. Meaning, if we have a good lead which is interested in what we're selling and they're a potential buyer, but just because we sent a fucked up intro but don't respond, we're losing money. So it's very important to nail it down. It's simple, but just make sure you're not making mistakes. You want the opener to set authority, frame, as well as a connection with the lead. It should acknowledge or follow. It should be inviting, but it should also establish interest in coaching, so you just don't waste time. So you just get straight into it because most people they don't want to just message you small talk. They just want to get into it. What value can provide them? Let's do it. So the good opener would be something like this: Hey, name, where are the name of the leaders? Appreciate the follow. Hope you find some of the content useful. Are you looking to get started with, let's say your niche is Amazon FBA. Are you also looking to get started with Amazon FBA, or are you just considering it? Do you notice how we're asking them a yes or yes question? There's no, I'm not interested in Amazon FBA. It's either you want to get started with it, like yes, I'm down, or you're considering it, like yeah, it might be a good option. So no matter what they answer, you can always be like, oh, what got you interested in starting it? Oh, what got you curious to be considering it? Say yes, yes question. It gives like a false sense of choice when in reality they have no choice. They've already fallen into a trap once they respond. Now we're going to dream outcome. This is the absolute most important part of the framework. Every other component of the framework depends on this one. This is you have to know this down. This is like the most important part of saying. How we sell is we set up a gap in the prospect's mind. Let's explain the gap first of all. The gap is where they want to be and where they're at. This here's the gap. And we sell them basically on to bridge the gap with our offer so they can finally achieve what they want. Because people buy not because they actually like the product, they buy because of what the product will do for them. Their dream is to like, for example, retire their family, or whatever else they have, be the father they wish they never had, get in shape so they can take better care of their kids. That's they want that. That's gonna make them buy, and that's why we offer our service, our product, as the bridge to achieving that lifestyle, to getting what they want out of life. We're not telling them, oh, my coaching program includes X, Y, Z. No, we're selling them on becoming and getting the outcome they're going to get from being in this coaching program. Yeah, fuck this up, your whole conversation's gone. You're cooked. So, we need to really understand the prospect's motives and desires for the implementing. Because that's what we do as humans. We buy based on what we want. A good answer. Like, oh, we'll go interested in Amazon FBA, using the same example. We'll go interested in it. Let's say we're selling like an Amazon FBA mentorship offer. We'll go interested in that. And they'll be like, oh, well, just like the freedom, the 9 to 5, whatever. They might say a lot of things. It's the reason why I ask the question because it's low barrier. It's easy to answer. It's not like something hard like, oh, why haven't you achieved your goals yet? You know, that's higher barrier. It's a low barrier, and they might share the dream outcome, but they might not. They might tell you something like, it looks nice. That's not a dream outcome, of course. Some people might tell you, be super warm and tell you everything. We never know. That's why you're not replaced by an AI. An AI can't do this because everyone responds differently. It's a people's job. Another alternative would be, oh, so what are you hoping to achieve by like launching your own Amazon FBA store? And then we're going to get an answer like freedom, independence, I want to travel. These are goals and motives, but they're not strong enough to make them buy or book in a call. So we dig deeper with questions like, oh, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by freedom? What exactly does freedom look like for you? Why do you even want freedom in the first place? We need them to elaborate and share their like big goals. Very important to remember, an income is not a goal. People don't buy because they want to make 10K a month. They want to buy because the lifestyle possibilities 10K a month will give them. So if they tell you what do you want to achieve every day, oh, I want to hit 10K a month. You don't take that as a goal. We ask them, okay, what will 10K a month actually do for you? Let's say you make it 10K a month. What would change in your life? And then they find the actual root of why they want 10K a month. What will that give them? Their actual dream outcome. And then once you have a clear understanding of their motives, like examples are, I want to make the most out of life. I want to take better care of my family. I want to be the father like I never had. They feel like they were meant for more in life. They want financial freedom to live life to their absolute fullest. They want to replace 9 to 5. This is a good dream outcome. So only once we have something like this, do we move on to the next step. Only once we've gotten a clear dream outcome. Only can move on. Like this is super, super important. Dream outcomes are what sell. Like everything else depends on this. If they're not giving you a good dream outcome, don't just ignore it and move on to current situations or the next steps in the framework. Ask them as many fucking questions as it takes to get a dream outcome. Like I've asked up to 5, 6 questions to get a dream outcome. Don't be scared. You're the authority. You need this. If you fuck this up, you're not going to get anywhere with the saying. This is the most important part of anything. Get a good goal. Find out what they actually want. Current situation. This is we've got where they want to be from the gap. Now it's time to establish a gap by making the distance where they are right now. Because we already have the endpoint. Now we need to find out where they're at. So just as they're talking to you about their goals, they're getting excited. Oh, I'm free. I'm gonna travel the world. I'm gonna retire my wife. I'm gonna retire my parents. Yada yada yada. Right as they're getting excited, like, oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make so much money. I'm gonna get freedom. I'm gonna live here. I'm gonna travel. I'm gonna travel here. We need to just crash them back down to their shitty, poor reality to really establish a gap in their mind. They need to visualize where they want to be, and then get reminded, oh shit, I'm still my shit apartment. I'm texting you right now for help. I want to crash them back down to how helpless and like fuck they are basically. This is where we also financially qualify the prospect to see if they can even afford the program we're selling. So, um, a good question for current situation is, what do you currently do for work? Because they're telling you, I want to have my FBA store and travel the world, yada yada yada. I mean, like, okay, what do you do for work? And remember, oh shit, I'm not working on my laptop, selling Amazon stuff and like making fucking money. I'm still a fucking I don't know, receptionist or whatever else they are. I don't know. We ask them this, and then we can also judge if they're qualified based on what they give us. Like if they tell you I'm a janitor, compared to telling you like, oh, I'm in accounting or whatever, who's got more money? Probably the guy in accounting, right? So this can be a soft qualifier because if your program costs 3K, a janitor might not have 3K ready to invest. But someone that's working like in accounting, in like banking, or whatever, they might have 3K to invest. Very likely they do. So this is a soft qualifier. It's not an exact qualifier, so don't rely entirely on this. But it can give you a rough idea of the income level. But the main reason I would do this is to establish the gap. This is just a bonus. And then we ask them, okay, do you feel like this job is not giving you dream outcome? For example, let's say they want our financial freedom. We don't just tell them, yeah, I see why. Like we ask them, what do you do for work? I'm a janitor. We're not like, oh, I see why you can't get financial freedom. We never want to tell them something. We never want to assume. Instead, we'll be like, okay, and do you feel like this job cannot get you to that point of financial freedom? We challenge them. We don't tell them like it's not giving. We say, you feel like it can't get you. It's kind of like challenging. They kind of like we're kind of like, wait, why change? The job can get you there. Of course it can't, but we're challenging them to get them to like subconsciously be like, yeah, of course it can't. Fuck this job. That's the idea. That's what we want to ask. Well, let's say they say, for example, let's say they give us a goal like with fitness. Let's say we're doing fitness and they want to get in good shape and they're like, what's your current shape looking like? And they're like, I'm looking at, I'm like, we'll be like, okay, do you feel like right now you can't be like playing with your kids and giving them life, like they're giving them the best childhood they have and the best memories they have with their father? They're like, of course not. I run out of breath and I play with them. They don't look at me with like pride. I'm kind of fat. I don't look the best for them. I'm not really motivating them. I'm not their superhero. They're looking at Batman, Superman. That's the whole point of the current situation, to get them to elaborate on how shitty the current situation is. Let's say they gave us a goal like, on a press 9 to 5. Fuck 9 to 5, I want to have my own business. We'll be like, okay, cool. What do you do for work? Oh, right now I'm a waiter. Damn, it's rough. And why exactly do you want to replace the job as a waiter? And they'll be like, yeah, I'm fed up of working for someone else, having all these hours, having all this. It's fucked. That's the idea. Just to get them to elaborate on why they hate their job. And this is a subtle way to do it. We don't tell them, your job sucks. We get them to explain why it sucks so that they can clearly start getting angry at the situation and thinking about the dream life they could be having to get them to read like emotions set up so they're willing to book in a call and buy. If they're giving us an income goal, if they're giving us, for example, I want to make 10K a month, we can ask them as well, okay, after we go through, of course, the previous questions, we're like, okay, so you want to make 10K a month, how far from this currently? This is a financial qualifier because they'll tell us, oh yeah, right now I'm making like 2K a month for my job, so I'm quite far way off. That's a good way to do it. Another good way to do it is if they tell you, I want to make this like Amazon FBA my full-time gig and replace my 9 to 5, like, okay, how much do you need to make Amazon FBA to replace 9 to 5? Let's say they sell you like 5K a month. That means they're either making 5K a month or pretty close. Because if their FBA store starts making 5K a month, that means they feel comfortable to leave the 9 to 5, meaning they're somewhere around that stage. So again, they have an idea of how much money they make. But if we are, despite all these questions, if we're still unsure about financial qualification, we still want to find out, okay, does this guy have money to afford our program or not? Because we're not trying to scam people. We only want to book in people that can actually afford this and they can actually change their life. Sales is not about getting a sale no matter what, getting numbers in. That's not what sales is about. Sales is a helping people thing. It's a helping people job. Basically, we only want to help people that can actually afford it because we don't want to get someone to take a loan, give up all their savings for like Amazon FBA, which has other costs like not warehouses, but like maybe supplies or some. I'm not exactly familiar with the model, but for example, there's some costs of so domains, websites, whatever. We don't want to get them to invest in like all their savings to this program and not be able to actually get anything out of this program. Because then how are you going to sleep at night knowing you sold to a guy who just ruins his life, fucked up his savings on a program you can't even use. And by the time he saves enough money again to do it, the 3 months like period of the program is going to be like over, it's going to be expired. So we want to only book in qualified guys that will actually have like the money to give, so that they can actually change their life, so they can actually implement what's been taught in the course and change their life. We want to help people. There's no better feeling than seeing guys that you booked in and sold, then you seeing them in like the community posting like client wins. That's the best feeling ever because you know you are responsible for helping them out. You don't want to be just fucking people over. So if we're not sure if they can afford everything, we're gonna ask them directly, but we're gonna frame it more subtly. We don't want to ask them how much do you have. They'll be like, okay. When I first started out with my own Apple's FBA store, I had some savings to cover the transition period from living 9 to 5. I had a $3,000 saved up, so I just straight up left my 9 to 5. I went all in on Amazon FBA. So I can bet go in the right direction. What kind of savings do you have available at the moment? So like I know like you should like go all in, or maybe you're gonna balance 9 to 5, so you need to find a way to structure your store to work with less hours, yada yada yada. Basically, see how we're asking, we're coming from a place of giving value. We're not coming from a place of how much money do you have, I want to sell you my course. We're coming from a place of, okay, I want to give you value, so like how can I best give you value? Give me some more context in your situation and I'll help you out better. And they're much more likely to respond. And then we can find out if they actually have money for the program or not. Time frames. We've got the gap. Where they want to be, where they're at. Now it's time to extend it. We do this by getting a time frame on their goals. And this will create urgency in them and the realization that something has to change. What we do is we grab this gap, the points, and we extend them. We pull them apart with time frames. We make the gap bigger. They already have established a pretty good gap, and now time to make it bigger. Like, they're in the shit 9 to 5, that's what they want to be. But to make it like even bigger, to make like the crack between the gap even bigger, we'd be like, okay, how long has it been going on for? How long have you been wanting to achieve this goal? When I say 10 years, it's like, oh shit, I'm even further away from my dream life than I thought I was. But, key reminder, we do not time frame the goals. Like, maybe the goal is like starting their own Amazon FBA store, starting their own agency, making 10K a month. We do not time frame those goals. We don't tell them, okay, how long have you been interested? Let's say we're selling property investing. How long have you invested? How long have you been interested in, like, how long have you been wanting to get into property investing? That's a question, because how long has it been? They just saw your ad like 2 weeks ago. They followed. They've been looking at your content. They've been considering it for like maybe 3 days when you're texting them. There's no leverage in that. Compared to time framing, their desire. How long have you been wanting to like not have 9 to 5, have like a full time for your kids and like take them traveling, give them the life you wish you had as a kid? That's probably been like since childhood, since he didn't have the good life he had. Ever since he was a kid, he like vowed to himself, I'm not gonna make my kid grow up this way. Do you see the difference between 3 days and ever since I was a kid, 30 years ago, 20 years ago? Massive difference. Massive difference of I've been trying to get there for 3 days, I've been trying to get there for 20 years. There's a massive, it creates so much urgency, it makes them realize, oh, what the fuck? I need to start acting, I need to make something needs to change. Otherwise I'm not going to get anywhere in life. This is super, super, super important. Here, like an example for a trading offer. If we ask them how long do you want to be a profitable trader, wrong. It's shit. They're going to tell you, oh, for like the last 2 weeks or last 3 months. There's no leverage in that. Compare that to, okay, how long do you want to replace 9 to 5? Much, much like higher leverage answer. Like here, I can say they've been considering trading as of recently. Whilst most like replacing 9 to 5, there's so much years of pain, years of dealing with shitty bosses, years of like shit where the second times they start to go to work, going to work in snow, having shit colleagues, not being paid as much as they should be, having to take overnight shifts or whatever. There's so much leverage in that compared to seeing an ad, oh, trading looks fun. Much more leverage. And the question like how long must replace 9 to 5, you're going to get answers like a couple of years now, the last decade. This is what I got one time. Since there I started working low. There's so much pain in that. They probably started working when they were like 17, 18, and they're now like 30 something. That's so many years of pain. That means when they started working, they paid like the 9 to 5, and they want to run their own business. It's been their dream. So by time framing that desire, like, holy shit. It was like yesterday I started working when I was a teenager getting my first job. And now how many years have passed? I'm still working a job, and I always vow to myself, yeah, I'm not gonna just switch my life. They're like, holy shit, something needs to change. Do you see how much? I really hope it's clicking for you. How much urgency is being made just by saying this? Like, yeah, you see the difference? So much more pain, so much more leverage, and basically, like, pain makes people buy. So you want to leverage that. Go into their pain. Go into like, holy shit, like how long has it been? And I haven't made a change. Go as deep as you can. This and it's selling will be easy for you because we're helping them. Literally, the guy's gonna be like, ever since he's been working construction, his back is fucked. He's been wanting to run his own business, see his kids more, be present, be a present father. And like, but it's actually really unfortunate how something like fathers just don't get to see their kids grow up. They don't see the milestones of their kids, the first steps, first day of school. Like they're still there, but they're not present because they're all the time at work with these shitty shifts. When you make them realize that's their destiny. Like let's say they have a newborn just now, and you make them realize that's what's going to happen if you don't make this change and launch that business. You're like, you know what, you're right. And if we're working for a good, credible coach, which is a goal, which is why we go through a good network and good placement to get on the road with the coach, which is not a scammer. Because if you apply to a job on a story, it's like some scammer, that's fucked because you're basically scamming people. But if you've been connected with the right, credible guy, which is selling and is changing lives with a real coaching program, which actually like, gets results, and people are super grateful they started working with him. It's gonna be so easy for you to sell because you're gonna be like, oh shit, yeah, we hold the power, like representing the coach. We hold the power to make this guy change his life around and like literally get to witness his child grow up. So when we make him realize, shit, it's time for a change, and we offer, like we have the power to make that change. We have like the knowledge to make him be like, you know what, I'm gonna change my life. Let's do this. Of course, the sales gonna be easy because we're gonna be like, yeah, we can literally fix that for you. Like we need to make him realize like he needs to make the change, and he's talking to the right person, the person that can help him make that change. Selling is going to be easy when you start coming from a point of helping others and not trying to be like chasing numbers. This is something that I really hate when you really drills to your head. Try to help people. Try to give value, even if it's for free. Try to help people. Don't just be chasing a number. Don't just be chasing an income goal, a sale. Like don't look at people as regular like numbers on the sheet. Think of them as people. That's when you actually start selling, because then you're actually going to come from a place of helping them. And if you are, and you should be, working on an offer which actually helps people, you're going to get paid to do so. You're literally going to get paid to change lives and help people like achieve their wildest dreams. But of course, without in the good role, which is the whole point. You should be going into this once you've got a good credible role. So yes, the time frame, the actual desire, not the vehicle to that desire, not the money, not the business model, the actual goal. Very, very important stuff. Struggles. We need the prospect to admit defeat so they're willing to hop on the call. Others will bring the ego and buy. I'm now saying we need to help people, but I'm sure you've had this experience. To help someone else, a lot of times they give you resistance. Like, you can't help someone that doesn't want to help themselves. I'm sure a lot of you have experienced this where you try to help someone, a friend, someone you know, and they self-sabotage and get in their own way. And even though you have the power to change your life, you can't because they themselves don't want to be helped with. That is why we're going to struggles. Because a lot of prospects will be like, you know what? Yeah, they've realized it's time to make a change, but they're like, you know what? I'll go do it myself. And damn well your industry doesn't support beginners. I'm sorry, but let's say Amazon FBA or dropshipping or ecom. There's already so much competition. A complete beginner, ex-construction worker, has no idea what he's doing, no idea how to find suppliers, warehouses, shipping, all these things. He has no idea how to handle all this. Is he going to be able to go out there and change his life? Or it was what's like more likely to happen because he's going to go out there, he's going to try, to see how hard it is, he's going to fail, he's going to lose a bunch of money, and he's going to give up on the model and spend the rest of his days just regretting, thinking, what if? Oh, I was a scam anyways. That is why we want to go struggles, because we want to help them. But to help them, we have to make them admit, yes, I need help. That is the point of struggles, because if we just book them in without them thinking like, oh shit, I can do this myself, we're at fault for them failing, because they're gonna try it by themselves. Apologies, I'm just being a bit messy. Yeah, they're gonna try themselves, and what's gonna happen? They're gonna fail. They're gonna give up. And it's gonna be on you because you didn't get them to admit, fuck, he can't do himself. Because let's be real, no one can. That's why you're watching this video. You can't just go out and become a set by yourself. Everyone needs help. Everyone needs education. Everyone needs everything. So we need to make them realize, yes, I need help. So yeah, only once they give us defeat and a call for help do we are going for the kill, for the sale, for the booking, for the appointment, basically. And in this case, it's difficult. It is difficult to get. Wait, give me a second. But yeah, for this is super professional. But yeah, it can be very difficult to get the fee out of people. It's an uncomfortable question, and no one wants to say, I need help, I'm fucked. No one wants to say this. Of course, they don't want to say this. And this is why we've been warming them up with low barrier questions throughout the whole framework. Notice how the questions like they get consistently harder. What do you want your goals to be? Everyone loves sharing their goals. Where you're at, no one minds sharing their work. How long you wanting it? It's a bit deeper, but you see how we're like starting light and going heavier and heavier and heavier. And now here comes the hardest question of all. The struggle is just why we do it last pre-pitch. Because this is it's uncomfortable. And we have to dive deep into the limiting beliefs, the internal problems. So we warm them up and then we go in for the cure their struggles. Okay, so it's been a long time. You've been wanting to like have more time for your kids for like the last. You've been wanting to be like a good father for like ever since you were a kid. What stopped you from putting yourself in that position of being able to do this, like all these past years? Do you have any idea what's been stopped? What might have been stopping you from going out there and getting that financial freedom for yourself and for your family? They'll be like that when you go in for that. They'll be like, "Oh shit, something has been stopping me because it's been 20 years. Yeah, I haven't done it. Even though I claim I know how to. Why haven't I?" So then they think of what's been stopping them, and we basically looking for an answer like, "I need help. I don't know what to do. I need someone to keep me accountable. I need someone to guide me, to mentor me." That is like the perfect answer for us to book them in. But there's people that get offended easy, and people that are prideful and high ego, and with them we have to, in like a softer and less direct way, get the fear out of them. Because if we tell them something is stopping, they'll be like, nothing is stopping me. I just need time. If they feel on your time, they don't realize that. So there's a way to handle this, but a better way is if you sense that they're like, this applies to females. Females don't, they'd love to not give you any um, pain points. They don't like to be something's wrong with them. They're perfect, they're always right. Sometimes you can approach them a different way. I don't mean to be rude or a hater, haha. But wouldn't you agree that something has to change in your approach if you are to achieve like financial freedom? Because in my experience, it's not a necessity for things to take so long with like Amazon FBA if you know what you're doing. And she'll be like, haha, yeah, maybe something needs to change. You'd be like, okay, what do you feel like that is? That needs to change. And then we get a struggle, and you see how it's a much softer, less direct way. We basically go around it and we get the same answer without triggering them or pissing them off or making them like basically building resistance and having them like look at you like funny and like losing the sale basically just because you asked too directly. This comes with experience. You have to go just by yourself. But if you sense the prospect's a bit like just higher ego, a bit more like explosive, you can try in a softer way. But with most people, you should be fine back to them. Okay, what's been stopping you? But we're looking for a clear struggle. Like I said, not knowing what to do, needing accountability, needing guidance. Maybe obviously for maybe like let's say Amazon FBA, there's something that they need help with which your offer offers. Maybe something like finding the right product. These kind of things. Um, we want to get them to say something tangible so that there's a real on the call. So about one of these issues, like guidance, accountability, the offer problem, these things can be fixed and discussed on the call. That's what we're looking for. If they give you a struggle like, oh, I don't have enough time, oh, nothing's been stopping me. I just now know what to do. Now I need to start. These are smokescreen objections. We need to overcome these because these are excuses and they're not going to buy. Because saying, oh, I know what I'm doing, I can start now, now I'll make a difference. They're not going to buy with that kind of mindset going to the call. We need to reframe them. Other ones are like, oh, I'm uncertain what to do. Oh, I'm a bit scared of making that jump. There is defeat, but it's not tangible. They haven't said, oh, I need help. So how do we overcome these? Okay. Do you feel like if you had the right guidance from someone who has done it before and like been in your shoes and he's guiding you step by step, do you feel like you'd be able to overcome your fear and uncertainty or whatever they said? And to handle other objections is again more questions. You'd be like, okay, how long have you been dealing with like the struggle? Okay, that's quite a long time. And why have you tried to overcome it? Oh, I tried X, Y, Z. Okay, why hasn't that worked? Because it clearly hasn't worked. If they're here texting you and they're still not at their dream life, it clearly hasn't fucking worked. And so we get them to realize, oh, basically with these questions, the whole idea is to get them to realize, oh shit, I've always told myself I've not achieved my goals because I've been dealing with X issue. But now I have tried to overcome it. But now I realize it never really worked. I've tried so many things, it never worked. Maybe I do need help with overcoming it. Boom. Now it makes sense to go in for pitching. We've reframed them. We've gotten some defeat out and they've admitted, yes, I need help. Yes, I'm lost. Yes, I can't do this by myself. And I have the pitching stage. But sometimes prospects can feel a little bit low commitment. They can feel like they're not really committed to the call, they're just going to see the options. Your closer, you only make money once you start booking in qualified, nurtured leads, guys that are interested in what they're doing and like the business model you're selling. If you book in guys that are considering like Amazon FBA and they hop on the call to see their options, you're not gonna make any money as a seller. That's the worst frame and like mindset to have when it comes to appointment setting. This is not how you want to be booking calls. If they feel the commitment, get micro commitments out of them. Ask them questions to get them to be like, you know what, this is what I need to do. Let's do this. Like basically, get them like commit to the call. Okay, do you feel like starting an Amazon FBA store is the way to go for you now? Is this the way to go for you? If they tell you, I think so, I'm not sure. You're like, okay, why not sure? Why do you think so? Most times you're gonna get like, you know what? Yeah, definitely. After speaking to you, this is what I need to be doing. I feel like I'm like you have this after you've gone defeat and you goes out and they're like, yeah, I need to make that change. This is the way. And of course, if you acknowledge properly the right testimonials, send them all these things to warm them up. Of course, they're gonna be like, you know, this is the model for me. Because the whole convo would be like nurturing them and basically warming them up to the model by acknowledging testimonials, all these things. Okay? If we're still not sure of financial qualification. Sometimes you're in a situation where you just don't know. Okay? And would you be willing to invest in yourself to achieve financial freedom? Or how much would you be willing to invest in yourself to achieve financial freedom? And when they tell us how much they're willing to invest and have ready, so when they hop on the call, we know they even have money to buy it from the closer. Once we go on the struggle, we go on to the pitching stage. The job is still not finished. We need to pitch properly. We don't pitch a call immediately. Instead, we pitch them 3 times to get 3 micro commitments. Even if you go on here, 1 or 2 more micro commitments, we still need to get more. The more back commitments, the better. The more your prospect is committed to like booking in, the better. Like getting 4, 5, 6 micro commitments is not a bad thing. The idea is, when you send someone just a calendar link, everyone's like, you know what? I'll book in later. Later comes, oh, I'll do it tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, oh fuck, I'm late for work. I'll do it at work during my lunch break. They forget, oh, I'll do it tonight. I'm sure you've all had this where you're supposed to book schedule an appointment, schedule an appointment with a dentist, or do something that you just have to do, but you keep procrastinating and delaying it. The same thing is here. We need to get them to commit multiple times. We're gonna have them saying yes, 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 so that they actually book in. And how to do this? Once again, like with struggles, we warm them up with lower barrier things. We pitch different things and progressively they get higher and higher barrier. But we start low barrier to get to warm them up, get them into the habit of saying yes. Because you know when you say yes once, you want to say yes second time compared to saying yes the first time. If I said yeah, yes, 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 warm them up and then going for the kill of the calendar link to book in, to put in their name, email, phone number, which is annoying, takes time, thinking of what time they're free, that's annoying. So we want to get them committed to the call first. How to do this? When we pitch, we basically want to do is we want to pitch help first because help is super low barrier. Do you want help? That is so easy. Everyone will say yes. Who doesn't want to say yes to free help? It's super low barrier, and we start with that. When we pitch help, we have to leverage all the information they have given us up to this point. Their struggles, their goals, everything. We want to leverage that when pitching help. We want to make the help we're giving them, it must seem like a no-brainer. It must seem like, of course I want to help. It's such a no-brainer, easy to say yes to offer. Like, there's no way they're gonna say no to your offer, to your help. But what I was going to say, we want to keep authority. We don't want to be needy and seem like we're too needy, too good to be true, like a scammer. Yes, I'll fix your whole life. Come on, let me do it for you. Then you'll be like, who the fuck is a scammer? Like, make it in a high authority way, but a no-brainer. An example, like saying, I feel like I could really, really help you out because you're so dedicated and like I really want to help you change, make that difference. You're too needy, you're too invested into them, and then like, who the fuck is this guy? Ghost. No one will say yes. I feel like high authority but still a no-brainer. You're a coach, you've established your credibility in the niche you're selling, you're like an absolute G. You're like, okay, yeah, I don't mind giving you a breakdown on how you can like best go about everything in your situation, so you can find achieve the financial freedom and how you can overcome your struggles, your limiting beliefs, and internal ones. If you feel like that'd be helpful, I don't mind doing that. That's high authority because like I'm not saying yes, please let me help you. Like, oh, okay, listen, man, we're talking a lot. Like, I don't mind helping you out. Would that be helpful for you if I helped you out? We're kind of high authority. We're not like begging them for us to help them. When instead of saying I don't mind helping you, Are you opposed to me helping you? Of course, they're gonna say yes. Easy, easy yes, easy pitch. We've got the microphone out of them. And now, once they have agreed to getting help, they've agreed, yes, I'm down to get your help, which you don't mind giving me. Then we move on to pitching the call. Not the calendar, the call. Again, we have to keep our frame of authority. We can't be needy. Most setters, this is something I see all the time and it pisses me off so much, they downplay the value of the call to the prospect. Let's just hop on a quick call. That's so weak and makes the call sound like nothing special. The whole point of the framework was to hype them up, get them through this whole thing so they're thinking, holy shit, this call I'm about to have with this coach is going to completely change my life. It's going to completely change my life and give me like a 180. I've all these beliefs, I've been wanting this for so long, and this model seems so right, this call will change my life. That way, when they believe that the call can change their life, and it's like the best opportunity out there, they're going to show up to your call 100% with a credit card ready to buy. Compared to making like, oh, let's have a quick call. That just sounds so weak, and it sounds like, it's going to be like an outlet, some information. I'm just trying to prioritize this. Something comes up, and their friends want to go out, I'm like, you know what? I'll see my friends, I'll talk to this guy some other time. Whilst if we've made this like insane, valuable call, they'll be like, holy shit. No guys, I don't want to go out. I want to change my life. And same thing here. The best way, like with pitching help, they're like, okay, yes, give me your help. How can I receive this help? Okay, the best way to do this is to hop on the call, so going back and forth over text, so you can go more in depth into your situation. Sounds good? High authority. Again, we wait for a yes. Yes, sounds good. And then they've agreed to a call, but we don't send the calendar. We don't have permission to send it. Again, more commitment. Great. I can send you my calendar so you can choose what is most suitable for you. Cool? Question mark. Yes, cool. Then you send the calendar. Never, ever, ever send the calendar just by just because they said yes, I want to call. We first have to pitch. We need consent for everything, basically. I mean, once they've said yes and agreed for you doing something, then do it. And that's pretty much the framework. Of course, there's a bit more things to go through, like post booking acknowledgements, but these things you can figure out. And this is generally the framework you want to be keeping. The exact framework that's made me all this money is this framework. What you're reading right now has generated businesses in like 6 months, 7 months, over $1 million in revenue. I mean, not a million, over $500,000 in revenue. My bad, I forgot the half. Like, this framework makes money. It's made me 6K a month, as I said. It's changed my life. I use it across fitness, B2C, B2B, business to business, business to client, across everything. This framework is all you need to make money of saying. It's literally, this is like all my knowledge of saying. It's the exact framework I use, and this has literally changed my life. This setting framework has made me and people so much money. It's changed my life. It's all you need to know, literally. This alone, this framework, people charge thousands for. This is how you sell. Like most people, when they tell you I'm gonna teach you how to sell, like on YouTube, they give you these vague videos. This is actually how you sell. Like, there's no reason why you can't use this framework and go out there and make like 3K a month, basically. Okay, that's one pillar of performing this framework. So much also. Another thing you need is feedback loop and guidance, because you know the framework, but you're not always going to keep it, or you don't know how to implement it. Again, this is something that I help my guys out with. Again, I'm not pitching you. I'm just sharing my perspective, showing you what's possible. Alexander, which we spoke about earlier, like, look, for example, he asked me on messages, okay, how's this pitch? You can't actually see the pitch here, but he's basically pitching a free nurture asset. Because again, when we send out nurture assets, we want to pitch them, not just send them out. And then he pitched it, that there's a message down here. And I'm like, yes, that's a much better pitch, because he had a problem with his pitches, and they were being super needy. And people just didn't respond to him. Like, but I told him I will be much less needy with. I'll just be less needy with the question, because the question you can't see, it was kind of needy. It was like I forgot what it was, and I was like instead of asking like this, wanting to shoot over high authority while still pertaining high value. Otherwise, like mass improvement, because his pitches were fucked before. His pitches were so bad, mass improvement, and now he's getting much better, and that's what made him money. And look here, you can see here, yo boys, after getting on board in the role. He realized, like I found the role, the one we spoke about earlier, he realized he had gaps in his setting. Even though he was following this framework, he still wasn't He was following it, but he was still making mistakes. Because of course, knowing the framework is enough to like become the absolute best sitter of all. Like I said, he was uh, grinding 12 to 13 hours again, work ethic, and the DMs was banging setting the door. He was figuring out. Yeah, he was only averaging booking. He was only booking in one call a day with this framework with 200 leads a day. And wondering, okay, what the fuck is the problem? But like I said, he hopped on 2 coaching calls with me. We did some combo reviews. I pointed out his mistakes, like his needed pitches, like at times his current situation was pretty bad, his dream outcome as well. He implemented what I told him. And one day he did 4 bookings, and now he's doing much more. And now he's finally getting closes. Like he got 4 closes this week. I'm sure when this is posted, by the time of recording, 4 closes this week after implementing these proper things. Like I said, here I'm telling them fast information is key. And the reason why I'm putting this here is because you may always know what you need to do, but you don't do it. We all know to get in shape, we need to eat healthy, and that we need to train hard and whatnot. We all know how to change our lives, but we still don't. I'm sure I've all dealt with this before. You know what you need to do, you just don't do it. It's the same with setting. Like he knew the framework, he studied it, he did everything. I coached him on the framework, but he still wasn't doing it exactly the right way. He was being a bit he was skipping the dream outcome. He wasn't getting the most tangible goal. He was skipping current situation. He was being a bit needy when pitching. Sometimes he wouldn't even pitch. We just send stuff. And after we hopped on the call, we realized his gaps. We realized his acknowledgements were bad. We realized his nurturing process and freebie process was pretty bad. We noticed that his post booking wasn't the best. His follow ups needed a bit of help. Once we went on the call, analyzed all these things, made a game plan to improve them, only then did he see results. For example, he was following the framework, but he was only booking one call a day from 200 leads. Helping the game plan calls, realize, okay, dial in call ups, dial in your nurturing, dial in your post booking, dial in all these things, and with success. What did he do? We did 2 calls. He implemented absolutely everything I told him. Started getting from 1 booking to 4 bookings. That's like a 4x chance of making money. Everyone call you booking chance to make money. Booking 4, you've got a much higher chance of making money. And then he started making a bunch of cash. He got a bunch of closes. 4 closes in a week. Just because you know what I told him. That's why I say having a feedback loop is important. Because you need someone like, which I'm not saying specifically me, but you need to find someone. Maybe it's another mentor. Maybe it's someone that you know which is better than you at sales. I'd say maybe you have some connections. Like maybe you know some like good setter. He's like, you know what, bro, let me review some comments for free. Find someone or like somewhere or someone, mean someone to review your work and tell you what you can do better. Because often we can't be good judges of ourselves. You can't look at your own things and be like, fuck, I'm bad here. Like, you won't see that. We all got ego. We'll all be like, oh, because we just don't know what to do. We'll be like, I did what I know. Why is it not working? So, you need someone to give you feedback and someone to guide you, give you guidance on like where you can improve, where you can do better if you want to make the most out of Zing and make the biggest amount of money. Because, like, I'm sure we all know this, the best way to learn is from people that have already done it themselves. So, find someone. Again, I'm not pitching myself, just find someone to help you out with getting good feedback loop, with getting guidance, and that's the best way to like progress and make money as a setter. Another good feedback loop, it's not as good as finding someone, but you should be doing it regardless, is reviewing your own work. I know I just said you can't judge by yourself, but still you want to be reviewing all the time. Get your own work out in front of you, setting all these things, and just review. Go over everything, all your conversations, and just see if you can spot some mistakes and things which you done better. Of course you can. You can see, oh shit, the lead went kind of cold here. Maybe I should have sent another asset. Maybe I was a bit harsh. Maybe I didn't acknowledge well enough. You can always find something. Pair your own reviewing with someone to review it, like someone like better when you're reviewing your work. It will improve so much faster. Because so many setters love to say like their role is the problem, they need a better role. When in reality, I've never seen a setter make the most out of his role. I've never ever seen it. Like, even I can make more out of some of my roles. Everyone can make more out of their roles. And the best way to make the most out of your roles is review yourself and have someone else telling you how you can be better. And that way, increase your quality of setting and you'll make the most out of the leads flow and offer you have, and you're going to make much more money. The best way to make more money is become better as a setter. Because like I said, you get paid on results, meaning the better you are at setting, the more calls you book, the more calls will show and close, the more money you make. It's simple. And you're not going to get better by hopping on offers and saying, oh, my close is bad, oh, my offer was bad. You're going to get better by reviewing, getting feedback, seeing what you can be doing better, implementing what you get told, and improving. And that this is very important. You need to find someone to give you a feedback loop because otherwise you're gonna ever make mistakes. Even if you know what you're doing, you're gonna make mistakes. And if you don't fix them and polish these things out and catch them, you're gonna keep making the same mistakes and you're doomed to make like less than $1,000 a month as a seller. If you want to make actually good money, find someone to give a feedback loop. Very, very important. And another thing is you need the right environment for growth. What I mean by this, you want to be surrounded by people that push you to be your absolute best. Network with people, find people like that push you, that bring out the best in you. Because I'm sure you've heard this before. How do I say it? I forgot the saying, but basically, like doing things alone is much harder than doing things together. Like empires weren't built by one person; they were built by multiple people. You want to be surrounding yourself with the right people that push you to be better, that keep you accountable as well. Accountable is very important. Because if you're just by yourself in your own like apartment, in the room you've ranked off 1,000 times in, you'll be like, oh, today I don't really feel like working. Maybe I'll do a bit less. But when you're surrounded with the people that will be like, bro, stop being a bitch, get your ass on, you need to make money. Let's do this. Let's get off this bread. You'll be like, fuck. Because of them, I'll do it. And you hop on, and you do some sick work, and you perform. You need to be surrounded by the right people. We're surrounded by people that are just playing video games, wanking all day, not doing anything, going out for hauls, just doing a bunch of stupid things, getting drunk, taking drugs. You don't become like them. I'm sure you've heard this. You become like the people you surround yourself with. You are the sum total of the 5 people you hang out the most with. The same with saying. If you hang out with people that are not setters, that are not making money, that are not ambitious, that are just being degenerates, wasting time, being complete nobodies, being complete losers, guess what? You're going to become a loser as well. Like, whilst if you're surrounded with killer setters, killer like entrepreneurs, guys that are like making something of themselves, what are you going to become? A better setter, you're going to make more of yourself. It's simple as that. So find yourself the right environment for growth. Like for example, here's with my community, with my mentorship, we've also got a community going on. Like my boy Jonathan, this fucker woke up on Sunday, a random Sunday morning, and decided, you know what? I'm gonna do a half Ironman. And the thing is, he hasn't trained for it. He hasn't ran in 8 months. Out of the blue, a half Ironman on a random Sunday morning. You can see here 60 kilometers. I think this was bike, 2 kilometers swimming, when running 30, and there's 2 more pictures more. This fucker just blew my mind. Random Sunday just did all of this for no reason, just because he's a G, he's a killer. How are you gonna make more money? Being surrounded with people like this, which do these like half Ironmans for fun, or people that are like, bro, let's go try out this new video game. I got this new vape flavor, so I can try that out as well. The answer's fucking obvious. And like here, you can see for example, you see last week he booked in 20 calls a week. He got a DM close. He didn't even fucking book the appointment for the close to book him in. Nah, he's such a G that he decided, you know what? I'm gonna close the DMs myself. No need for a fucking closer. I can do this. I'm like sick of sales rep. DM closed the guy, and he made more money in the week than the first week's previous offer combined. Last month, exactly. When we were all like hyping him up, my boy, you said Bulgarians are built different, flags, everyone's winning. Like, not only is it better for him because he's coming here like showing off all his achievements, and we're all like hyping him up. He's like, you know what? It's time for me to beat this. And also by stating what he's done, he doesn't want to just say like this. He wants to go up to next week and try to do even better, get even better results. And not just that, the other guys that are newer inside that aren't on his level, they're seeing this and like, holy shit, this is so achievable, this is possible. Like the new guys that like are completely to saying, they're seeing this and like, holy shit, if this guy's doing it, then so can I. They see it's real and this motivates them. It's again having the right environment around you. Having winners around you makes you a winner. These guys are seeing Alexander just being a G, winning and making money, DM closing, booking a lot of calls. They're seeing obviously they're like, holy shit, this is possible, I want to be like him, and that motivates them and that makes them just work harder and try to become like more like him basically. Yeah, here we've got another guy, 16 years old, fucking hell, he's getting into the space, which is like killer for his age. Basically, that's the whole point. You want to have people that hype you up, people that push you to be your best self. I don't know how you can do. Like, you can pay for communities, you can like just network like a beast. There's a lot of ways to do this, but the main point is find a way to surround yourself with killers. This is so important. Your network is your net worth. I'm sure you've heard this. You want to be around guys that are winning. Be around a bunch of losers, you're gonna become like the fifth loser. Let's say around four losers, you're the fifth loser. Surround yourself with killers. This is the biggest thing. They'll give you, first of all, not only do they give you opportunities, but they'll push you. They'll push you and make you into the best person you can be. And when they're winning, do you want imagine you with like a bunch of friends and they're all winning, they're all making money, booking calls, and you're the only guy not doing it. Are you gonna sit and be comfortable with that, or are you gonna work your ass and be like, you know what, I can be like them too. Fuck this, and just basically just try to match their energy. Of course, it's gonna be like that. Compared to if let's say you're around the surrounded of a group of complete nobodies, working 9 to 5s, being I don't know, fucking working like petrol stations or whatever, and then you you start being a setter, and then you're booking like 2 calls for the week, and one gets like a low ticket close. You make like $20. You're like, oh, well, at least I'm better than them. I made $20 online, and then you feel content with yourself, and you stop trying as hard because you're the best out of your friends. They look at you like, oh no way, he made a bunch of money from his phone. This guy's an absolute G. Now you feel like you're the G, so you're around the wrong environment. You think those guys are gonna push you to grow, or they're gonna keep you content? You're gonna be like, holy shit, I'm the man. I did this. You're gonna stay content. You're gonna feel proud of yourself, and you're not gonna grow as a result because you're around the losers. If you have that performance with these guys, 2 DM closes, 20 calls, getting like 4 closes in a week, of course you're gonna be like, what the fuck am I doing? Let me push myself. But that's what I mean. Put yourself in the right environment. Surround yourself with the right circle of people that will push you for growth. This is super important. This is like one of the biggest things you can do. No one gets anywhere alone. Always having other people is what's going to help you the most. So you can also share insights, learn from their mistakes, get tips and tricks, like fun things, and also it just makes the whole process more enjoyable. You don't want to be like a boring, like depressed, just winter arc motherfucker. It's like sitting there by himself, like grinding all day, just being unhappy. Make the process fun, and you make more money. You can make the same amount of money being happy and being sad. You can be alone in a dark room, not knowing anyone, just working all day and being like feeling like shit, or you can be working with friends, working people you know, pushing yourself, making challenges, having fun, making jokes. By having fun, first of all, you're gonna see more results, and second, you're gonna have more fun, and you're gonna stay more consistent. You're gonna stay more consistent. You're less likely to burn out, because burnout's a real thing. You're less likely to burn out. You're just more likely to achieve your goals and stick with it and stay consistent. Just because yeah, like it's really important to transfer with the right people. This is so important. It's like the biggest thing I did was like networking, getting in rooms with the right people. Your best opportunities will come here, and you actually push yourself. You will only grow if other people are there to hold you to a higher standard, to hold you accountable, and for you to like basically just be like, yeah, responsible. People to see, like, oh shit, this guy's doing moves, or oh shit, this guy's slacking. Because when you know others can see that you're slacking, when you post and like type in the group chat, I'm gonna do this, I mean you don't do it. You can't. It's not like when you promise to yourself and you're like, I'll do it next week. These guys are like, going back on his word. He's a bitch. You're like, fuck, I don't want to be a bitch. You're gonna work that Saturday or the Sunday's taking them off. You're gonna work those extra days and get the results you promised you would. So these are the big important pillars of performing. This will zoom out. Yes. So the biggest pillars of performing are these. Deliver service using this framework I gave you. Get a feedback loop, someone to tell you if what you're doing is actually good work, and to guide you and to tell you like, and to basically whenever you have questions, suppose you have questions, you're gonna get in a situation like, okay, how the fuck do I get a dream outcome of this guy? He's been super weird. You need someone to ask like, okay, how can I best approach this? Or if you keep getting ghosted when pitching, you're like, okay, something's wrong with my pitch, or I'm not building a big enough gap. How do I find out how to build a better gap, or how to get all these things better? With feedback, with the guidance, and the right environment for growth. Find some of the right people to push you to like just be your best like version of yourself. Do everything I just told you, and you'll easily reach 2 to 4K a month as an appointment setter. Everything I just gave you is the way to reach like I said, 2 to 4K a month as a setter. Show up every single day, believe it's possible, grind your ass off, find the right roles, deliver the right service, book in the fucking of calls, get people to surround yourself, and you easily make this much just sending texts on your phone. It's not that crazy, and this money can change your life. Like, when I made my first 3K, it was completely life changing for me. I was like, holy shit, I just made 3K. And the thing is, I'm from a third world country. Before I was working for like $700 a month. When I made 3K, I was like, holy shit, I'm like rich for my country. I was like balling. I was making not more than my parents, but like almost as much as them. I was like flexing, like I'm 19, I'm making a salary, haha, you know. I was making more than my mom for sure. My dad, he runs a business, so I was a bit under him, but like now I make more than 6K. But I was just like, holy shit, I'm making as much as my parents. I was making more than my friends. And my friends were like, holy shit, how did you make so much money? Um, and it changed my life. My girlfriend was, she comes from a very poor background. She was like, she had never seen that much money. She was like, what the fuck? Like in 1 month, I'm sending text messages, bro. Like it's very, very real. It can change your life, and it's always just Instagram, bro. You're addicted to your phone. You're spending your whole day on Instagram, just sitting instead of scrolling for the same fucking hours, and you can make 2 to 4K a month as a setup, easy. So yeah, implement what I told you here, and you can easily hit this and change your life around. Now, for those of you that are like me, and you want to go that extra step forward, you want to go to not just 4K a month, you want to reach 5, 6, 7, 8K a month as an appointment setter, you can, but it will take more out of you. And this is what this last section is for. Hitting 5K a month plus as a setter. So, you don't want to blame your offers, you want to master your skill set. But if you are to hit 5K a month, you're going to need a 5K a month offer. Not every offer can take you to that point. To hit these big numbers, you need a big boy offer, the big good ones, basically. And the reason why I don't get on these first of all is you need experience for these. These you cannot land them by being just a killer. You need experience. And that's what the whole point of this warm-up period was. This all here is for you to do in your first 2 months as a setup, pretty much. Month 1, you land the role and you start setting. Month 2, basically month 1. Month 1, you overcome your limiting beliefs. Like after this video, right now, month 1 starts. You overcome these beliefs. This is the whole timeline. It's 3 months to get 5K a month as a setup. First month, overcome your limiting beliefs and find roles. Apply, get connected, network, do whatever you find the role. And land it and start setting appointments. Month 2, all you want to do in month 2 is you basically just spend that period refining everything. This is the mastering arc, basically, just refining everything. You stay on the offer you landed, and you focus on mastering your script, getting a feedback loop and guidance, mastering setting, mastering like what you're doing, and being surrounded by the right people. And month 2, you can easily hit between 2 to 4K a month based on what you did on your offer and everything in 2 months. And then, now we've got the experience. We've seen it's possible. We've collected cash for ourselves and for businesses. Now we can leverage and land better roles. Because let's be honest, as a complete beginner, no one's gonna hire someone that just got into the appointment setting space to hop on the like 5K a month offer. It's not gonna happen. So that's why we do this by month. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. You don't want to make like 5K a month 1 month and then fall off. This is to consistently hit 5K a month and more. This is what you need to do. So like I said, first month focus on this, landing a good offer, fixing your mental beliefs, and starting to set. Then second month, focus on just dialing in your skill set, becoming as good as you can, performing, getting coached, being around the right people, learning how to set, and then once you've done all this, we can start leveraging that to land 5K a month offers. These offers you can land as a beginner. Like look at this guy. You need to have 500K plus cash collected for businesses. Basically what I have to land this role. So you want to grind out your offers, get experience, collect cash for them. So you now have a packed resume alongside your confident hunger. Like I said, that's important. It's one of the numbers, but having both is ideal. Because who would you rather hire? A confident, hungry guy or a confident, hungry guy that has like 6 months or a year of experience? Of course, the second guy. So the whole point is farm experience. Grind. That's why I tell you guys to work and to grind. On your first offer, just grind it out. Work like a dog. Do what you can to get as much experience as possible, to master setting as much as possible, and to collect as much cash as possible. Because then when you apply to these big offers, first of all, they'll accept you, and then when they role play you and test you out, because you've been grinding and mastering your skill set by having a positive feedback loop and by having the right people around you, you're not only going to be making money, you've not only got numbers, but you've also learned setting and become a killer sales rep. You then show it to them on the call, on the interview, you prove to them with how good you are and how you sell them. They'll be like, holy shit, we need this guy. And then you land these 5K a month roles. And here, when you put in the exact same dog work ethic, 12, 40 nowadays, and again, for these 5K month offers, you still need a feedback of the right environment for growth. Those previous things, they don't just apply for the first offer. You want to keep this up consistently because what took you to 2K a month is not going to take you to 5K a month. And setting how you did at first is not going to get you to 5K a month. Setting to master your first offer and become like a 4K, 2 to 4K a month setter, that's going to make you a good setter. But it's not going to make that's going to give you the right to just barely hop on a 5K a month offer and learn from there how to be an even better setter to actually make money these offers. So let me rephrase that so you understand me better. Reaching 2 to 4K a month as a setter and getting good enough to make that much money, that sum of money as a setter, doesn't make you worthy of a 5K a month role. It gives you the right to start learning basically, and to start just start on the path to make 5K a month on these offers. So when you land these offers, a lot of guys land these insane offers by the way, and they make 1 to 2K. Why? Because they landed them, they had the numbers, but they're lacking these two things. There's no one to tell them, listen, bro, like these guys are high quality leads. You need to do X, Y, Z with them. You need to approach this better. There's no one to tell them what they're doing wrong, and then book them in. And they have people around them to push them to be like, and so they get lazy, like, oh, I landed the role. They don't try, and of course they burn out. They just slack off, and they never make anything. All because they didn't have the right environment for growth and a feedback loop. So these are super important still, and it still applies here because you can always get better. I can always get better. You need a feedback loop and people around you pushing you. It's so important. I know I keep repeating myself, but it's super important. So once you land these insane 5K a month offers, you still need to have that dialed in. You still need to have it in check so you can actually make 5K a month and above and keep growing as a sales rep. Because this is not a peak. You can always go into more things. You can go into closing, you can go into management, into coaching, into so many things. So make sure you have these things covered. And you still need to keep the same work ethic. Because the thing is, when you started out, you were at zero. You were super hungry, you were working your ass off because you were hungry. But now you've been fed a bit, you made some money. It's easy when you land a better offer to be a bit slack off. Oh, I've ate a bit, now I'm in the right kitchen, now I can not hunt as much. No, here you need to hunt, not even just as much, more. Because now, hey, one thing I want to tell you is, these offers, they fire a lot. One day you're here, next day you're gone. These offers fire guys fire these offers like flies because they're so high standard. They're like at the top of the top. They're so high standard. You have to be like from the most elite and best setters in the world to stay on these offers. It's not just about landing them. It's about staying on them. And the same applies here. Basically, the idea is you need to keep working as hard as you did before and keep trying and keep that learner's mentality. How you were in the beginning. Oh shit, I'm gonna become better, I'm gonna keep learning. Apply that here. Keep learning, keep refining, keep getting better, keep showing up every single day and working like an animal. And that's how you make the 5K a month on these offers. Otherwise you'll be still stuck at that 2 to 4K a month point. This is so important. So many guys forget their hunger, they forget their guidance, they forget their environment when they hop on these offers and they fail. They get fired after 2 weeks, they make no money, and they're back to where they started off. Which is not a bad starting point, of course, but when you know that 5, 6, 7K a month is possible setting, you never want to settle for 2 to 4. Before, all I used to want to make was 3K a month. Now that I've hit 6, when I hit 6K a month, I've been doing it. I had a bad month where the ads are off, and I did 4K a month. And that was fuck me, I'm in the trenches. I hated it. I felt broke doing it. Because once you taste it, you're not going to want to go back here. So keep that in mind. Now, for the actual big question, how do you actually find and get on these offers? Because I've been talking about them, but I actually forgot to mention how you actually find them. So these will come once again through your network. These will all come through your network and people you know. Like I said, remember how I told you earlier, if you were a business owner and you were hiring an appointment setter, would you post an application or would you reach out to someone you know? The same applies for these roles. The people that are well connected and people that just are knowledgeable of the area, the industry, they know where the good offers are. And basically, you need to be connected. This is the whole point of you networking and having mentors and all these things so that they can connect with these opportunities. Like, I don't personally know these guys. They're not, it's in my immediate network, I'm being honest. But because I'm more connected, I know these offers. I know where they're at. I know how to apply for them. Like, these aren't like story applications, basically. You know what I mean? Like, these are just more hidden. And I know how to find them because I'm in the space. And look at this full time phone setter, a trading offer doing $200,000 a month, 17K a month OTE. You're the only setter on the whole offer. If you're on 5% commission of 200K a month, just do the math. If you're the only setter, so being split up by other people, that's minimum thinking. Of course, a lot of that is finance, like payment plans and stuff, but you can easily hit between 7 and 10K a month with an offer like this. And this was one thing I posted in my job boarding because I do offer direct placement, but of course I also have a offer board like I mentioned like a paid community. So I also have that alongside with my mentorship, a job board, just because like I believe you should not only get placed but also apply at the same time to others to maximize the chance of getting as many roles as possible. Because when you land multiple roles, you're in a position where you can cherry pick, you can choose one over the other, and compared to being like, oh, my mentor placement here, I've only got this. Applying mixed with placement, you have so much choice. You can just do what you want and get on the best offer possible in the beginning. So that's why I have the job board, and these some of the offers just coming through my job board, like this here, Jay Waller. It did 100K in 4 days. So yeah, these offers here are where the big boy money is. So, but to find them, first we need to have a good connection. These will come entirely from connections and placement. Like, these are how you get these offers. And to actually land them, you need to have a track record, which you've been building up this whole time with your previous experience. Now you've got cash collected, you've got experience, you know how to set. You prove it when applying and on the interviews, and bam, you've landed this role. Then you've landed these insane roles through your network because you are working like a dog and because you've got a record, because you collected cash, because you've done all these things. You land this role, then you work like a dog again here. You grind your ass off, you put everything into this role. And you have a feedback loop. You constantly try to improve on this role, how to sell better on this role. And trying to sell people on similar roles like this around you, other people on 5K a month plus roles. And then together you grow because you first off ask for help. You find someone that's been on these roles coaching you. They will coach you. You're gonna fucking do it. They'll tell you how to become better. You become better. You grow with the role. You don't have to sell better for it, so you keep selling better for it, and you basically perform, make a ton of money, and then be surrounded with people that are on similar roles. They give you advice. They keep you motivated. You see them making 5, 6K a month. You're like, fuck, I'm gonna do it as well. You keep doing that yourself as well, and that is how you hit 5K a month as a setup. You're not going to hit 5K a month your first month as well, but your second month you definitely will, if you do everything I just told you. So that is the exact step-by-step breakdown on how to make 5K a month as an appointment setter. Like, month 1, Darwin mentality, Darwin your offer placement. Month 2, Darwin your delivery. Keep trying, keep learning, keep implementing, keep getting better, keep adapting. Surround yourself with killers. Then leverage everything you did here, the network you built up, the experience you got, the skills you got, the numbers you got to land these offers, and then apply everything you just did here, repeat it here, and you'll hit yourself 5K a month plus. Like, that's how I hit 6K a month as a setter. How I did it, hopped on the beginner offer, grinded that out until I hit 3K a month. It was a property investing offer. I did that, then I leveraged that because because I did so well there. I built connections with the right people, which I then leveraged to then get played. I got a beautiful network. I never leveraged my network, got on the other offer, but I got on 10% commission. I grinded it out and hit 6K a month as a setter. And got on one of these big offers, leveraged it, made 6K a month easy. And that 6K a month was not, by the way, from payment plans. It was all upfront cash. I only got paid upfront, meaning if someone paid on a split payment plan, I wouldn't get like the full commission. I only get half a commission or a third of the commission. Sometimes I got like a fifth of the commission. So, and I still do that just because I was such a good offer. So, that's what I mean. Grind your ass off and leverage, basically. Get on these big offers and you easily make so much money as an appointment setter. Follow everything I just told you step by step and you will succeed as a setter. Like, There's no reason you can't. This is really, really real. Just engrave into your mind, this is real, that you can do this, that it's nothing crazy, that, yeah, that you're not like an outlier. Anyone can do this. I did it. I'm a 19-year-old kid from fucking Bulgaria. Like, what the fuck do I know? You guys can change your life. You've got the power to do so. Just follow these steps. Constantly try to learn. Constantly refine your skill set, and you can achieve this. Now, I know I've been mentioning um, my mentorship and working with me throughout this whole video. Again, this is not the point of this. Is not to sell. I'm not a course seller. I'm not trying to sell my sheet program. I'm just saying, for those of you that are interested, for those of you guys that just want to speed run this thing, that want to get placed as soon as possible on a good offer, like Bartosław did, like how he got placed on day one, how these guys got placed. If you want something like direct placement, if you want reviews, like I showed here, having someone to review your work, someone that's done it, telling you how to be better, and you seeing results and you making more money, getting closes like here. If you want results like these, basically, if you want to speed run a journey, master the skill of saying as much as possible, get connected with the right, get the right network, get the right roles ASAP immediately, get mentored one to one, get feedback loop, and surround yourself with like some killers which you know will push you to be the absolute best, and have access to these roles. If you want all of these things, not to figure out yourself, not to be like going out there and being like, okay, how do I find these roles? Okay, why is not responding to my networking? Okay, why am I ghosting my calendars? Why is this happening? Why am I so alone? Like, if you don't go through all this headache and like go through the time of finding people doing all this, you basically want to speed run, have this all done for you. Something you're interested in, you can shoot me a message on my Instagram. Just shoot me a DM like, hey, I saw your video. I'm curious to find out more, and then we can see if we're fit to work together. That's the thing what you can do even if you're interested, of course. And I don't work with anyone. I only work with super dedicated guys. I only work with guys that really hungry, that like really need to make things work, that are willing to put in the work, that are gonna say, that are gonna do what I tell them. I only do my work. So I don't just bring one on. I'm not a call seller. Like, you can text me. We'll see if we're a fit. If we match with what we both offer to each other, we can see the next steps. But otherwise, for the rest of you, this is all you need, bro. This is all you need to change your life. Everything I get fit changed my life, and like I said, other guys will charge you thousands and thousands of dollars for this. This right here, what I showed you in the last hour and 40 minutes, can change your life, and it costs for a lot of guys. Like, I've seen a lot of mentorships charging over like $5,000 for this right here. And I personally have always just believed that's not worth it. I've always believed these guys are overcharging. Like, setting should not cost $5,000. Just what I showed you here, because these guys are charging $5,000. They didn't place. They didn't give. They didn't give half of this bullshit. Like, these guys, I'm not gonna call them scammers, but like, I just personally think this information is not something that's worth 5K a month. I believe implementation, role placement, and mastery is what you should pay for like support ongoing one to one, not just information. This is just information right here. Actual implementation and actual like one to one and mentorship. That's what costs. So yeah, um, that was pretty much it. Follow these steps. Follow everything I told you. I guarantee you're gonna hit 2 to 4K a month within 3 4 months. Maybe 5 if you're a bit slow. Maybe some of you guys struggle with finding a good role from the beginning. You hop on a few stinkers. Maybe you didn't master the flow immediately. Of course, some stuff happens. Stuff always happens. Maybe you get fired. Maybe it takes some time. But within the next 6 months, following this completely free guide, like I said, it's got thousands of dollars of value. You'll hit your 4K a month. I can guarantee you. Put in the work, show up, and you can hit it. Otherwise, yeah, for those of you interested, like I said, just shoot me a DM on Instagram. And yes, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.